What I'd like you to share with all of our viewers is, having arrived then in the UK, formative years, lots of things that are so different around you. Who and what sort of experiences then became those early role models?
Well, I have to say my parents. I have to say, well, back in the 60s, we did not have an Oprah Winfrey. We didn't have, I'm not even sure what a British role model, what would that term role model didn't exist. So the only people that I had to look up to were my parents. My dad was a policeman in Guyana. When he came here, he had to dumb down his expectations to make sure we got fed. So he became a plumber's mate at St. Thomas's Hospital. But that was a good move because that was a job for life. Those do not exist anymore, so that was a good thing for us. My mum was, I think she had 3 jobs. She was doing part-time jobs outside of the home. Then she had the job of looking after us. And then she had the job of looking after my dad. I call her a domestic engineer. She made everything work. She made everything work. And as I said, she had the 6 kids, and sometimes you might say 7 if you included my dad, to look after. So my mum was, for me, a real dynamo. She was just everything that I needed to instill definitely a work ethic. Being the youngest of the clan, I would always be up at the crack of dawn with my mum when she got up to make sure everybody was fed and watered and got out of the house in time for school and work and everything else. So even to this day, I am part of the 5 o'clock club. I actually wake up around about 4:30. I tend to get up between 5 and 5:30. And then my day lasts as long as I need it to do what I need to do for that day and get ready for the next day. So, just for instance, yesterday I was up at 4:30 because I had a lot to do and I knew I was going to be out of the office most of the day. And then I had a reception in the evening. I didn't get home until 11:30. So it was 12 o'clock by the time I got to bed. My body clock woke me up at 4:30. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to spend an extra hour in bed. And that went on a little bit, and I actually woke up at 6:30. So, but hey, that was a special day. That was a different day. And here I am now.
Wonderful. I must confess, Dr. Yvonne, I tried the 4:30 thing yesterday because I needed to prepare for a presentation later on in the day.
Yeah.
And it was fine until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
yeah,
I'm not sure I'm going to do it again in the hurry.
You get the 4 o'clock dip. You do get the 4 o'clock dip, and that is the thing. They say, what's it like? Really high thinkers get that dip around about 4 o'clock, and you either have to go for a walk, or some people even have a power nap during that time, 20 minutes, half an hour power nap, and it just takes you through to the time that you need to go through to. So that's the trick.
Yeah, I was in bed by 7, so I think I'm all right now.
I very rarely get that. Very rarely get that chance.
Wow. Now your first foray into the world of work, having decided that the medical career wasn't for you, was in the music industry. Do please tell us a little bit about that? What was your job? What was the industry like at that time, and how has it changed from today?
Well, my foray into what I call a job, well, I only ever did it once. I only ever had one job, And that was working at CBS Records. And that was after having my daughter at the age of 19. I started CBS probably about 18 months later, I can't remember now. But that was my first job. I was there for 7.5 years. I was in the marketing department. I applied for a job to go up. No, I started in the press, the regional press department. I applied for a job in the London press department, didn't get that. I applied for a job in the marketing department, I got that. I applied for a job in the promotions department, I got that, but it was never upwards, it was always sideways. But in a way, that was good, because even though I didn't move up, I moved around and I got a lot of relevant experience. So, you know, I had press, I had regional press, I had a bit of London press, I had a radio, I had marketing. So it was, you know, a good 330 experience. And I really decided that after applying, I think 3 or 4 times to move up, that was never going to happen. So I thought the only way for me to move up is to move out. And that was when I started in my passion, which was marketing and PR. I started the first Black-owned PR company. And because of that, I met Neil Kenlock and Patrick Berry, and was the only woman on the board of 10, 9 men and myself. And we started Choice FM, which many of you may know. And I also started the first Black Women in Business network, which has evolved over the years. In fact, this year it's our 25th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I ask what the plans are for that?
Well, later in the year, we're going to be doing what we normally do, which is a 2-day summit. Normally it's a week-long summit, but we're going to hone it down to 2 or 2.5 days. The first half day, we will be in the House of Commons, and then we'll move over to the House of Lords to celebrate and launch the summit with high tea in the House of Lords. And then we'll have the 2-day summit. And then the evening of the 2-day summit, we will have the awards. And the awards is planned as a reception at Kensington Palace.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice. Sounds good. Sounds very, very good.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Now,
if we know anything about Dr. Yvonne, she has a way of making plans come to fruition. So
I have a way of making things happen. However, I cannot control world pandemics. That's the only thing that might stop me.
True.